The 41st Jalsa Salana of Norway was inaugurated with flag hoisting outside of the Grand Batun Nasser in Oslo, Northern Europe's largest mosque. Amir Jamaat Zuhur Ahmad Chaudhry Sahib and Markazi representative Mubarak Ahmad Tanveer Sahib hoisted the flags. The two-day Jalsa began at 10:30 on Saturday, June 22nd. After recitation from the Holy Quran and poem, Amir Sahib opened with a speech in Urdu on Taqwa, giving examples and quotes from the early beginning of Islam, the promised Messiah ﷺ, and the present Khilafat. Several dignitaries held speeches on relevant and important topics. National Secretary Tabligh Faisal Suhail Sahib held an engaging lecture in Norwegian on the disciples of the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Murabbi Silsila Musawwar Ahmad Shahkar Sahib spoke about the importance of love and sincerity in marriage. After lunch and congregational salah, the second session was commenced. The program switched between Urdu and Norwegian speeches. The attendees were therefore continuously being updated on both languages via simultaneous translation done by a team from Lajna Imaila. Again, speeches on important topics were held, including a presentation on the work being done with the facilitation of graveyards and procedures for the Jamaat elders, mostly having immigrated as young men and women from Pakistan to Norway since the 1960s. The day ended with an Ameen and prize ceremony. Prizes were given to members of Jamaat who had read the whole Quran during Ramadan. The second day of Jalsa began with a weather change, very familiar to Norwegians. The men's session consisted mostly of Norwegian speeches, while the ladies held a separate session until the time for prayers and lunch. The lunch was prepared at the venue and served outside the masjid for the male members and guests, while the women were served indoors in the masjid's multi-purpose hall. During the break, the auxiliary organizations held food stalls serving burgers and kebabs. After recitation of the Holy Quran and poem, the last session continued with a reading of the letter and message from Hazur Ayatollah Ta'ala bin Nasr al-Aziz in Norwegian. Markaz representative Mubarak Ahmad Tanveer Sahib led the session and also delivered a strong speech on the solidarity with Khilafat. Amir Jamaat Zuhur Ahmad Chaudhry Sahib delivered the final speech in Norwegian with important advice to the younger members of the Jamaat, exhorting them to stay connected with the Jamaat for their own benefit. The Jalsa was concluded with congregational dua led by Mubarak Ahmad Tanveer Sahib. During the two Jalsa days, over 900 members of the Jamaat attended.